Welcome to KUJH. Welcome to KUJH News. Oh, okay. I'm like, what?
Coming up on KUJH News, the Center for Latin American Studies is losing funding.
KU Safe Ride could be returning.
And KU basketball campus
Welcome to KUJH News. I'm Donovan Bullens.
And I'm Annika Gustafson.
The Center for Latin American and Caribbean Studies sent out a newsletter on February 2nd announcing it no longer has funding for faculty research abroad grants. This comes after the center lost more than $2.4 million from the U.S. Department of Education after its National Resource Center and Foreign Language Area Studies were discontinued. KUJH's Clarissa Rodriguez explains how this loss impacts faculty and future grant opportunities.
The loss of federal funding has forced major budget adjustments for area studies centers at the University of Kansas.
Unlike other centers, and we have no conference money travel. In fact, one of the faculty seemed to be mad at me for that.
Metz says without long-term grant stability, faculty research opportunities abroad will be limited. Other area studies centers are facing similar challenges, forcing them to scale back events and seek alternative funding sources.
So we provided some of the sampling food, but we can't afford it. So some modification.
Takeyama says even small co-sponsorships are becoming essential to keep programs running.
Officials say they're exploring alternative funding options, but it remains unclear if the federal grants will be restored with new requirements.
The two adults involved in the Jayhawk Cafe shooting on January 17th arrived to the Douglas County Courthouse on Tuesday for a preliminary hearing. Prosecutors laid out evidence for several hours. The prosecution also updated the charges for both defendants, Datron Daniels Strickland and Caden Clem. Authorities changed Clem's original first-degree murder charge to 4 counts of aggravated assault and 1 count of firearm possession. Prosecutors also updated Strickland's charges from second-degree murder and 2 counts of attempted second-degree murder to first-degree murder and 2 counts of attempted first-degree murder. The Lawrence Police Department alleges that Clem fired several bullets into the air in front of the Hawk after an altercation inside the building. Strickland then turned and fired towards a small group of people near the entrance, killing an 18-year-old Aiden Knowles and injuring 16-year-old Brady Clark. Strickland's lawyers have filed a motion for immunity, arguing his actions were justified because he heard gunshots nearby. That motion will be resolved by March 5th. KUJH News will continue to follow this story as more information develops.
KU's Safe Ride program was cut at the start of this year due to a lack of funding from the Student Senate. There's been a recent push for its return from the student body. KUJH's Caden Baird talked to student senators about the program's potential return.
Safe Ride up until last year was a familiar sight for Lawrence residents, as it provided a safe and reliable means for students to get to and from work, home, or a night out. However, due to the program's funding being decreased significantly by the Student Senate last year, the service was changed to a cheaper alternative, Safe Bus. Due to the desire for its return from students and student senators alike, the program may be on its way to reinstatement.
You should have the university to protect you when you're coming back home. You should have that form of transportation that is gonna secure you a safe space when you go back home.
If Safe Ride were to be reinstated, changes are being considered on its use, such as presenting student ID or fees off-campus pickups or punishments for canceling rides.
We're doing everything we can to bring Safe Ride the next academic year the most efficiently as possible. We're trying to use the student money to bring back as in the most efficient way.
And while a new bill may be bringing back the transportation service, it is part of an overall student fees package proposal, one that currently includes the complete defunding of the University Daily Kansan, among other services.
The UDK needs to apply through block funding, which is a source of funding that Student Senate has it available for the organizations that are more connected to the arts, that are not as less emergency type.
If the bill proposal were not to pass, there is a plan B for Safe Ride, as Senator Esperanza has also created a ballot for students to petition for Safe Ride's return. However, the ballot requires over 1,300 signatures and sits closer to 200 currently. And while nothing is set in stone as to what next year's student fees package will look like, it seems likely that Safe Ride will make its return in one form or another. For KUJH, Caden Baird.
Wait for it, Mike, please.
You can add your name to the petition for Safe Ride's return by scanning this QR code. If the Safe Ride program is voted to be reinstated, it's not estimated its return would be until the 2026-2027 school year.
Josie Parks is here live in studio to give us a preview on the weather. Josie, what can you tell us?
Well, we're seeing temperatures right now in the upper 40s to lower 50s. These temperatures will continue to increase throughout the day, although we do see an increase of cloud cover until later this evening. The current temperature in Lawrence, high of 58 at 3, cooling down just a little bit at 5, 57. This is when we start to see a little bit of a decrease of cloud cover, but the winds will stay calm out of the south at around 3 to 5 miles per hour and will die down this evening even more, becoming more westerly even. The low tonight will be 32, which is slightly warmer than your typical evening in February. Clouds will be clearing out for a sunny Friday afternoon. Dew point tonight is expected to be 30, so pretty close to that dew point, with our winds becoming more westerly at 5 miles per hour. But the real story is this weekend, how much rain will we see? Tomorrow we should expect to see a high of 61, slightly warmer than average. That's been the trend and will continue to be the trend. Calm winds out of the north at 5 miles per hour, gusting up to 10. So overall, a pretty calm, relaxed February day for Friday.
Josie will be back later to give us a full look at the weather. With February being American Heart Month, there's no better time than now to go out and show your support. KUJH reporter Grant Shear is live at the Lead Center with more. Grant?
Thanks, Donovan. That's right. Starting in 1964, every February is now federally designated as American Heart Month in order to raise awareness regarding cardiovascular disease, the leading cause of death in the United States. KU Blood Drives is hosting a blood drive today in just about 15 minutes from 12 p.m. to 4 p.m. to give back to the community by donating blood. The event is taking place here on campus at the Lead Center of Kansas. Cardiovascular diseases can form when the heart and blood vessels become damaged over time. Certain factors can speed this up, including a poor diet, lack of exercise, or genetics. This becomes a problem when plaque builds up in the arteries, which causes the arteries to narrow and harden. When the blood flow is restricted, it causes the heart to have to work harder to pump blood, which over time can lead to heart attack and stroke. Something that seems so small and insignificant now can lead to serious life-threatening problems later on. Take the precautions to save yourself the trouble later. Drawing blood isn't a long or complicated procedure. On average, it takes 5-ish minutes, with blood being drawn for only 1 to 2 minutes of that. What might take you 5 minutes could save someone else's life. Reporting live from the Lead Center, I'm Grant Shear for KUJH News.
Thanks, Grant. For more information, go to savealifenow.org.
Coming up on KUJH News, a couple KU students show us what it's like to attend an Olympic opening ceremony.
And KU basketball camping is looking for new leaders.
You can be the greatest, you can be the best, you can be the king, come banging on your chest. You can beat the world, you can beat the war. You could talk to God, go banging on his door. You can throw your hands up, you can beat the clock. You can move a mountain, you can break rocks. You can be a master, don't wait for luck. Dedicate yourself and you can find yourself. Stand in the Hall of Fame, and the world's gonna know your name.
This past weekend, we saw the temperature hit the 70s.
I wonder if we'll see awesome weather again this weekend. And I don't know about you, Donovan, but I thoroughly enjoyed that warm weather. Josie, will this weekend repeat the last?
Maybe on the back half of this weekend, we'll see a little bit warmer temperatures, but Saturday we're seeing some rainfall, bringing down our average temperature to around middle 50s. But after that, Monday is looking like a great start to the week, maybe reaching upper 60s. Right now we're seeing partly to mostly cloudy sky, clouds building in throughout the day today. Showers expected Saturday, like I mentioned, warming into next week. Should be a great start to the week. We're seeing a current temperature of 49 degrees here in Lawrence, our dew points at 30. Clouds building throughout the afternoon with a south wind at 5 miles per hour. If we take a look over western Manhattan, we can see these clouds a little bit thicker than here in Lawrence. These clouds are heading our way right now. This is outside at our football stadium right now. Again, the sun is shining through. These are high wispy clouds, not affecting us too much, with our temperature at 49, again, reaching middle to upper 50s throughout the day, 49 in Leavenworth, 51 in Ottawa, 51 in Kansas City as well. And if we go over to Topeka, it's a little bit cooler at 50 degrees. Again, temperatures this afternoon will continue to rise as we see a building of clouds with a light breeze out of the south, 57 at 5. And as the evening comes upon us, we should see a clear sky at 49 degrees. So we're going to see a little bit warmer than average night tonight at 32 degrees. Our westerly wind keeping us a little bit warmer at 5 miles per hour with some mixing in the middle atmosphere, keeping us slightly warmer at the surface. And as we head into tomorrow, our temperature is going to be 61, which is slightly warmer than today. I know it's not the middle 70s that you were expecting, Annika, but it is a nice break before this spring weather showers this Saturday. Winds out of the north, 5 miles per hour, gusting up to 10. So again, pretty light and moderate day for February. Can't complain. But the big story is the first part of next week is going to be slightly warmer than average. If you take a look here, we can see 69 on Tuesday, 66 on Wednesday. Again, partly cloudy, sunny on Sunday. So lots to look forward to. And if we take a look at our rain chances on Sunday, Friday into Sunday, we can see the real story is how far north will this push? That's what we've been looking at. We've been watching this storm track from California for the last couple of days, and it's varying a lot. Will it go even further north? So if you're in these southern counties, you can be sure to count on some rain. And if you're in the northern counties, we can count on rain, but how much, we're not quite sure yet. But lots to look forward to. Back to you, Donovan.
Well, Josie, I'm glad it's looking warm out there. I was thinking of camping out at Clinton Lake later on this week. Yeah. Speaking of camping, camping out for a spot in Allen Fieldhouse is a tradition like no other. But the students who run the operation are now looking for student leaders to take over. KUJH's Jack Kenna has more from Allen Fieldhouse.
On campus, there is no bigger tradition than camping for Kansas basketball. But some of the most dedicated Jayhawk fans don't just watch, they make sure it runs smoothly.
We're basically kind of like the liaison between students and athletics, and we're the ones who are like in charge of camping. The
Kansas basketball camping leadership team is searching for new students to help organize the 50-year-old tradition. Last week, the team emailed students to apply mid-season, giving them a chance to see the process before being fully embraced next year.
We kind of do it mid-season towards like the end of like the big games so they can kind of see the process, like big picture, just getting their like foot in the door, kind of getting them to watch us do like our role first before they step in next season.
With more than 90 applications submitted already, competition is steep for just a handful of spots. So what kind of students are the leadership team after?
Someone who's like just like super eager and like excited about KU basketball, and I think someone who's like organized, communicates, and is just like a positive person.
And before your interview, it might be smart to do your research.
Even if they like just started paying attention when they got to college, having them know like some of the history helps us know that they like actually care about KU basketball.
Applications to join the leadership team are officially closed, but Kansas leadership is hoping to make a final decision in the coming weeks. Reporting for KUJH, I'm Jack Kenna.
Leadership team says it's currently looking to fill 2 leadership spots and hopes to make a final decision by March 7th.
While most of us are watching the Olympics 5,000 miles away, some of our fellow KU students are getting a first-hand experience. KUJH's Alex Wood spoke with study abroad students who were lucky enough to attend last week's opening ceremony in person.
The Winter Olympics officially kicked off last Friday in Milan. And for some University of Kansas students studying abroad in Rome, the opening ceremony became an experience they won't forget.
We are studying abroad and are super excited because we just had the opportunity to go to the opening ceremony of the Olympics.
These students traveled nearly 400 miles from Rome to Milan by train to attend the event, joining fans from countries all around the world.
I feel like I've never been surrounded by that many people from all different places. Everyone was there. It wasn't just like one country there to support.
Inside the stadium, the opening ceremony features large performances and traditions that mark the start of the games.
Well, Mariah Carey was the opening act, and she was insane.
Along with the performances, the Parade of Nations stands out as a major moment of the night.
When they introduced all the different countries, that was also really cool. There's signs that had the country's name on it were made out of ice cubes.
For Katie Steckline, going into the ceremony without any expectations makes the night even more exciting.
I made sure to not look up anything about opening ceremony. I literally knew nothing, and so it was fun. Just everything was a surprise.
While they continue their semester abroad in Rome, the experience gives these Jayhawks a front row seat to one of the world's biggest sporting events. Reporting for KUJH News, I'm Alex Wood.
With 10 days left in the Olympic Games, students back in Lawrence will surely be cheering on the athletes. I know Donovan and I are a little jealous of those experiencing it all up close and personal.
Next, KUJH Sports will give us an inside look at the outfield construction taking place at Kauffman Stadium and an update on NBA All-Star Weekend.
From adversity, we rose. We made history and became pioneers, voyagers, champions, Jayhawks. And when our chant rises, haunting and hallowed, Jayhawks are telling the world what's near. Victory.
I'm Trevor Burns, and welcome back to KUJH Sports. Kansas men's basketball made the biggest statement of the week, taking down top-ranked Arizona 82-78 on Big Monday without star freshman Darren Peterson, as he had flu-like symptoms right before game time. The win keeps Bill Self at a perfect 40-0 on Big Monday at Allen Fieldhouse and extends the Jayhawks' conference win streak to 8 straight. Now, Kansas looks to keep that momentum rolling as they head to Ames for a tough road matchup against Iowa State on Saturday. Over on the women's side, the Jayhawks battled but came up just short against Texas Tech, falling 70-65 on Tuesday. Despite the loss, freshman standout Jalea Davis continues to shine, earning her 6th straight Big 12 Freshman of the Week honor. Kansas now turns its focus to Saturday when they return home to host Houston. With all this basketball talk and March right around the corner, that can only mean one thing. The Big 12 Championship returns to the T-Mobile Center in Kansas City, where the conference will debut a state-of-the-art LED glass court for the first time in the United States, adding a high-tech twist to this year's tournament atmosphere. Baseball season is officially underway for the Jayhawks, as KU opens its season this weekend with a 3-game series against UTRGV in Edinburgh, Texas. Meanwhile, the Kansas City Royals are making some changes to their home Kauffman Stadium. Those changes include moving in their outfield fences. KUJH's Gabriel Steigers has more.
Kauffman Stadium is getting a facelift. The field's outfield walls are being lowered and moved in by about 10 feet in both left and right field.
The home run is an exciting play, so I mean, to give the K a chance to be that it's good for the sport for sure.
The decision is a result of an effort to make Kauffman more of a hitter-friendly ballpark.
If you talk to any major league hitter that has ever played here, they will tell you it's not a hitter's ballpark.
According to Fangraphs.com, with the new dimensions applied to their batted ball data, multiple Royals would have seen a boost in home runs last season, with some gaining as many as 5.
I think, yes, we did see that. We believe it'll be more beneficial to the hitters than punitive to the pitchers, and overall, more beneficial to us as a team.
But there are questions being asked by fans and players alike.
If they move the fences in, can we get incrementally more home runs, but we get incrementally less triples, doubles, and singles? Will it now flip and become less of a hitter's ball? It's just a thinking exercise.
Though the Royals do not plan on changing their game.
We're certainly not going to say pitch differently or try to hit differently because of, the fences, and it certainly won't change their preparation.
The team's home opener is slated for March 30th, just on a slightly smaller field.
And I think they did the research. They feel comfortable with what they're doing, and I think they should be applauded for being willing to make a change like that.
For KUJH News, I'm Gabriel Steigers.
Thanks, Gabe. The Royals are hoping those changes at Kauffman can pay off this season, as expectations continue to grow in Kansas City. Turning from the diamond to the international stage, some big news out from the Olympics. Team USA received a silver medal, finishing second in mixed doubles curling. The team was led by Corey Thesey and Corey Dropkin. But that is just the tip of the iceberg for the Stars and Stripes in Italy. Here's KUJH's Eli Greenwald with more.
The 2026 Winter Olympics are in full swing, and it has been an eventful start for the United States, to say the least. Now, we can't show any video of the events at the Olympics due to copyright restrictions, but we do have some photos for you guys. Now, anyways, today I'm going to give you guys a quick update about everything you may have missed from the athletes and teams representing the Stars and Stripes at Milan Cortina. Let's start on top of the mountain with skiing. Obviously, one of the biggest stories of these Olympics has been 41-year-old Lindsey Vonn skiing on a torn ACL. Vonn's run in the medal round did not end well for her, crashing near the beginning of her run, leading to a fractured leg. If this is the end for the legendary Lindsey Vonn, what a career it has been. Some better news in downhill skiing, though. The United States will be bringing home a gold medal thanks to Breezy Johnson winning the women's downhill with a run time of 1 minute and 36.1 seconds, reaching a top speed of a whopping 86 miles per hour. Now, let's move down the mountain and hit the slopes with some snowboarding. 17-year-old Ollie Martin finished in 4th place, just missing the podium, putting on a remarkable performance with a broken arm. Nothing much came out of the women's side for the U.S. in big air, but there are still plenty of events yet to come, with the halfpipe finals taking place today and tomorrow. The snow sports have been great, but now let's hit the ice. The U.S. won gold in the co-ed team event. The team consisted of Elia Molinen, Ellie Cam, Elisa Liu, Danny O'Shea, Amber Glenn, Evan Bates, and Madison Chalk. That is absolutely a massive medal win for the United States. Staying on the ice but switching skates, let's check in on hockey. The USA women's team was straight up dominant in pool play, going 4-0. The men get going in pool play today at 2:10 p.m. against Latvia, which I personally can't wait for. These Olympics have been fantastic so far, and there's so much more in store until the closing ceremonies on the 21st. And hopefully, the U.S. can continue to climb up the medal table. One for all, right? For KUJH News, I'm Eli Greenwald.
The Olympics are just getting started, and the United States has plenty of chances to bring home some more hardware. We will have more updates on the games next week. The NBA All-Star Game is set for this weekend, bringing the league's brightest stars to the big stage. KUJH's Ben Nash takes a look at the new round-robin format.
The NBA's 75th All-Star Game is this Sunday with a brand new format. The players are split into 3 different teams. These 3 teams will face off in a mini round-robin tournament with each team facing one another in quick 12-minute games. After competing, the 2 top teams from the tournament will face off in one final game. The 3 teams are Team USA with the All-American American All-Star veterans such as LeBron James, Kevin Durant, and Kawhi Leonard. The next team is Team World with the international's best, including players like Victor Wembanyama, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Nikola Jokic. Last but not least, the USA Stars are the American future studs of the league, with Cade Cunningham and Tyrese Maxey leading the way. The tournament will begin with Game 1, the USA Stars against the Team World. Then Game 2 will be USA Stripes versus the winning team of Game 1. After that will be Game 3, the final of the round robin, with the USA Stripes against the losing team of Game 1. The final game will be Game 4, the All-Star Championship, with the 2 top teams from the round robin play. If all 3 teams finish 1-1 after the first 3 games of the round robin, the tiebreaker will be the point differential across the teams. With all the new changes this year's All-Star Game has very high hopes for a brand new format of hoops. For KUJH Sports, I'm Ben Nash.
Thanks, Ben. The NBA All-Star Game tips off this Sunday with coverage available on ABC and streaming online. When we come back, the KU Illustrations Club is doing a special event for Valentine's Day. And Josie will be here yet again to give us a final look at the weather.
You may not hear it at first, but it's there. Our chant, rising. On this summit, callings converge, voices unify into a chorus that sounds out for good, for greatness. Can you hear it?
Josie is back with us one last time to give us a final look at the weather. What's the rest of this week looking like?
Yep, so we're seeing temperatures reach into the middle 60s tomorrow, and then Saturday, Valentine's Day, if you have outside plans with your boo, maybe make some adjustments because it's going to be raining all day. These are all-day showers. This isn't just a morning shower or evening shower. We expect to see drizzling throughout the day, all day on Saturday, a high of 51. Our lows are going to be in the 40s. This is above average weather for February, and I, for one, am going to enjoy it. Sunday, we clear out of all the showers and cloud cover, and it's going to be a nice bright day on Sunday with a high of 61, a nice rebound, 10 degree difference from Saturday to Sunday. And then as we head into the beginning of the week, we reach middle 60s, continuing to increase on Tuesday. We maybe see some clouds return to the area. Our stronger winds that us Kansans have a love-hate relationship with return on Tuesday as well, gusting up to about 20 miles per hour on Tuesday, so be prepared for that, but a high of 69. Before Wednesday, we see a high of 66 with a partly cloudy sky. One last look at these showers on Saturday. Like I said, all-day showers. How intense? We're still, it's pretty variable on how far north this pushes, but if you're to the south, expect some pretty intense rainfall. Back to you, Donovan.
Thanks, Josie. You know, it's pretty sunny outside right now, but that wind, oh my gosh, when I walk to class, that gets you. It doesn't feel very warm then.
Absolutely. My hair's just blowing back. I feel like I need a haircut. Yeah. But KU's Black Student Union hosts an event every year in honor of Black History Month and Valentine's Day. KUJH reporter Savannah Lawson has more.
Black History Month and Valentine's Day, two events in February that seemingly do not go together, are celebrated simultaneously by the executives of the Black Student Union. During this assembly, students discuss relationships and community on campus.
Especially at a PWI, I feel like sometimes we can feel disconnected from one another, so kind of getting to know that we're all on the same page about like our feelings, whether we don't feel seen on campus when it comes to love or feel like there aren't many options like they were saying. I feel like that's important to get all of us to talk about together.
Valerie Boyd, the BSU senator, led the meeting with a brief overview of Black History Month. Afterwards, the council had participants answer questions regarding love and dating and then opened it to discussion.
When you're dating outside of your ethnicity or culture or anything like that, you're also exploring new cultures. You're also building bridges with like experiences other than your own. You're sharing experiences and stuff like that too.
Students were allowed to express their feelings freely. They talked about dating within and outside your race, the struggles of dating in college, and what to expect in a partner.
Like on both ends, people don't know how to have healthy relationships, communicate, be honest, set clear boundaries, and then stand on those boundaries as well.
It's been a really interesting and like kind of revealing conversation about where people stand on those topics, on what people think relationships are.
The conversation brought light to both differing opinions and common values. Overall, a learning lesson for many Black students on campus.
Thanks, Savannah. It's great to see people having serious conversation about relationships during this Valentine's season.
With Valentine's Day just around the corner, KU students can grab last-minute gifts from local vendors right here on campus.
KU Illustrations Club held a Valentine's Day pop-up February 11th and 12th, just days ahead of the holiday. The two-day event gave student artists the chance to showcase and sell their work while helping campus visitors find last-minute gifts for loved ones.
I got a brookie and I thought this print was really cute, so I had to have it.
Shoppers could browse a variety of handmade items, from Valentine's Day cards, original prints, buttons, and even sweet treats. Organizers say the pop-up was designed not only to celebrate the holiday, but also to support student creators and give them a space to share their art with the KU community.
I have a few prints from last year of, you know, like the Costco guys, big boob. I made a card, like I give you 10 big boobs, and it's like a heart-shaped cookie. And then I also baked some treats for it. I made like red velvet crinkle cookies.
Members of the Illustration Club spent days preparing for the event, creating new designs to be sold. Events like this help connect artists with students, faculty, and staff while building a stronger creative community on campus.
And then we went and we asked our student members to contribute artwork, whether that be resale prints, work they'd already made, new things, button designs, sticker designs. We had some members who do other things.
The club hopes the pop-up encourages more people to shop local and support student artists, especially around holidays like Valentine's Day, when handmade gifts can feel more personal. For KUJH, I'm Evelyn Vigil.
Thanks, Evelyn. With the holiday just 3 days away, now is the time to pick up your gifts, handmade or store-bought, for those you love the most. And you may have noticed the studio looks a bit different today with all of these new graphics.
Yeah, and me and the rest of the team would like to give a huge thanks to William Hunt for setting up all of these brand new graphics and logo. It looks absolutely incredible. Well, that's all we have for you this morning. Check out KUJH on TikTok and Instagram for exclusive content and keep up to date with the latest stories at KUJHnews.com.
Be sure to spread the love this weekend.
I'm Donovan Bolins.
And I'm Annika Gustafson. KUJH News will be back next Thursday at 11:30 a.m. Have a great rest of your week.